Exactly.
They're giving their kids drug cookies. What are you talking about, Grace?
Right, they are giving. I mean,
puberty blockers, probably.
Disney, think about the message that they're sending, because I just was. I'm still editing my video to come out for Wednesday on the whole Ahsoka thing, and I thought about it, and I was like sitting there going, okay, this is Disney, right? And they doing the whole spice thing, and I was like looking at the camera, I'm like, spice, in the Star Wars universe.
Oh, they're called spice creams. I thought it was space creams. I thought
no, spice creams. Spice,
and they doubled down because
I
they
heard
gave you
it
the
wrong.
recipe. They gave you the recipe on
Correct.
Star Wars Twitter page on how to make spice creams.
The thing is,
funny, because I thought they were being so stupid that they literally called it space creams. That's how dumb I thought they were.
No, it's spice. But the fact is, so it's an addictive.
That's kind of
drug.
dumber. Yeah.
Plague to the galaxy. But what is Disney actually saying when they have these coven of, comedy, lesbian, space, which is giving birth to the two twins? So what are they saying when they're doing the spice creams? Wow, it's like a leave it to Disney to showcase black children without a father asking for drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, this is coming from the Mouse House.
Yep.
I know, but think about their ideology. I think this series unmasks them more than anything else.
Yep.
Well, yeah, apparently Kathleen Kennedy cried when she read this script.
Yeah.
Because she knew it was going to be the end of her career.
Nothing's going to end this woman's career.
No. I know. They already basically Hedlund's the one who's going to get thrown under the bus for this. Maybe Filoni.
Is this?
I don't think they're even going to do that because they haven't thrown anybody under the bus for any of the things they've put out so far. Like they praise everything.
Whoa, what about Rodriguez?
No. There's been some heads that have rolled.
Rodriguez, wasn't he?
The only director that got thrown under the bus was the lady that did, not for Star Wars.
Boba
Remember
Fett.
when Marvel.
But no, they also did fire Kiri Hart and
Nia DaCosta.
Yeah, well, Nia DaCosta they did throw under the bus, but Kiri Hart was one of the Lucasfilm people that they threw out.
I heard Rodriguez was like just sitting in his fucking trailer playing guitar the whole time.
He didn't give a fuck. He did. He even said it. He flat out said the only reason I did this is a favor for. I think he said for Favreau, and because he thought it would put him in.
He wanted funding.
A favor in for Disney, so then he could hopefully lobby that into a battle Alita Battle Angel 2 or whatever.
Right, but the thing is when is Kennedy gonna get the boot?
Never.
And come on,
when she dies.
From what I understand, she doesn't leave until she wants to.
I know.
Basically.
That has to be it because, I mean, we could go on this forever, but she has failed miserably at this job, and they don't.
She's untouchable. I've been telling people that for years.
She knows where the body is or something, or she's got.
It's not even that.
Shareholders are going to have to demand it at some point. How much can you destroy the brand? She's the boss. The buck stops with her at some point.
But you're not considering the potential idea that she's actually succeeding in everything she's doing. We're assuming that the point here is to earn money.
Well, no, but what about, that's a great point you make, Arch, but what about the brand destruction? Because audiences connect with Disney. Not the average audience doesn't go to the parks. They connect through the cinema, Disney Plus, through their shows, through their movies. And I'm hearing it now from normies, not about Star Wars, but just the brand overall.
The shareholders, they're apparently happy because they all fucking voted for everything to run business as usual.
Yeah.
Well, again, ESG, DEI kickbacks, because why else would they keep voting for more of this?
Go ahead, Arch. What were you going to say?
For the longest time, they thought they weren't failing. It's taken us 10 years plus to get to the point now where woke has become a negative word. They expected that once they finally managed to push their ideology far enough, then eventually the profits would come once they had converted the audience. Because they genuinely thought that they were converting the audience, just as we were pushing in from the opposite side, competing over the same audience. And in the end, it seems like we have probably won, largely because, ironically, we produce better content than they have.
But great point. Yeah, the race. They were in a competition, Arch, is what you're saying. It's like, how do we replace the original fans with these new hashtag heroes who can't tell the difference between activists and actors before they run out of money, or at least do damage enough to the brand where it isn't worth it.
Well, and they convince themselves that they're doing good, right? Like, for example, Russell T. Davies had come out and say that, oh, yeah, well, we're hitting the demographic we want, right? Well, he's ignoring the fact that 100 people left the room, and out of the 100 people that left the room, there's only 10 people left, right?
Right.
And out of that 10 people are the 8 people that are still watching it. Well, yeah, it's going to look like you still have a good demographic there, but that means nobody is watching this crap because
Not
once
enough of that demographic.
well, not just that, they extended the audience for Doctor Who, if you think about it, and they still have less people watching.
Yep.
Because yeah, Art,
They
you probably
reached
know
a
what I'm getting
larger
at.
audience than ever with the release on Disney Plus, and yet their views were still
It doesn't even
lower
show up
than
on
comparing to
in
the old
charts.
stuff.
I don't think anyone's
Arch
watching
knows
it.
what I'm saying. Yeah,
No one's watching it on Disney Plus. It does not show up.
that's our
on any
point.
of the
Even
new-
less people
Yeah.
are watching now than
No,
were
I
watching
get,
it before.
I get what you're
yeah.
saying, but
Yeah.
it's such a cope to say that, like, oh, we got all these like younger people watching the show. Like, they're not good enough to even pop up on them. Like, really, I don't think that many people. It's probably the same number of people like that have been watching it.
Well, and as you guys keep pointing out, they did it at the sacrifice of the actual audience, right? The actual people that made this stuff what it is. And Kathleen Kennedy and others have come out and said that's exactly what they're trying to do, right? Because they think that we're going to die and we're going to be gone, and that this new audience is going to feel safe to come in. That's the other thing you guys are forgetting about this. Part of their argument is rested upon that as long as we're still around, that's the problem, right? As long as we're still talking about it, that's the problem. That's kind of where I'm facetiously getting to, like, where we should stop talking about it, because then we can prove them right. Because that's the way they see it. They see as soon as all of us problematic white men get away from these franchises and get away from the fandoms, then it's going to feel safe for this huge swath of fucking queerdos that are supposed to be into this shit.
But they're not
They
coming.
don't actually
Nobody's
exist.
coming. Kids aren't coming.
Exactly, George. None of them actually exist. They only exist in their fucking mind. Right.
It is because, amusingly enough, we both thought we had the silent majority on our side, and it turns out that we had the better argument in the end.